On the Paper Talk today, we'll have a little bit of an update when it comes to the takeover. We're all waiting to know when the Glazers are going to absolutely go. We'll also have some transfer rumours. It looks like Manchester United are in for count them three Premier League players. Let's check it out. Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's mild. There's a nice little breeze. It's not too shabby, to be honest with you. Loads of stories to get through, so we'll get into it. A couple of transfer stories doing the round and a little bit of an update, if you call it that, on what's happening with the takeover. I know we're all waiting to find out what's happening with the takeover, so we will get into that, of course, and make sure you are getting involved in the comments. Now, on the transfer front, the Telegraph have got a story that Manchester United are interested in two midfielders from Brighton. Be all right if we could get them before the semi-final, wouldn't it? Moises Caicedo and Alexis Mac Allister are both on United's radar, according to the Telegraph. Manchester United looking to bring in extra bodies in midfield in the summer. We know we've got a strong midfield when everyone's fit. The issue is we've had Casemiro suspended. I think he's going to miss 8 games in total. We've also had Christian Eriksen missing quite a few games from injury since that rash challenge from Andy Carroll in the Reading game. So we do need reinforcements, and it looks like the Brighton pair are on Manchester United's radar, according to the Telegraph. We know that Mac Allister's obviously a very talented midfielder, won the World Cup. Obviously, Caicedo was meant to be going to Arsenal at one point. That looked like it was going to happen. Brighton, though, dug their heels in and just said he's not going. And I think they stopped him even coming to the club during January. They just said, listen, go away, don't come back to us after the window's shut, because you ain't going anywhere. So those two players are on United's radar. Both very talented midfielders, both got Premier League experience, and both quite young as well. I think, is it 21 and 24? So would be good additions to Manchester United squad. Are we going to get both of them? Probably not. I'd be very surprised if Brighton sold both of them to us, but they're both on the radar. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Now, another player that Manchester United are looking at is Brentford's David Raya, the goalkeeper, who's obviously doing very well at Brentford. According to the Mail, United are interested in him, and Brentford have named him as a £35 million fee. Have named a £35 million fee for him. Sorry, he isn't going to sign a new deal there. His contract doesn't. I think he's got another year left on his contract. So now is the time when they'll be looking to sell him. So they can't charge a fortune for him. But he is a very good keeper. He's having a very good season. I think he's got 9 clean sheets at Brentford so far this season. Joined them in 2019. So he's on the United radar as well. So it looks like you've got Caicedo, you've got Mac Allister, and you've got David Raya as 3 potential Manchester United targets this summer, looking to bring in reinforcements. Now, you could look at it and go, are any of them, all of them, going to come straight into the team? Are they going to be backup? What's going to happen with David De Gea, for example, when it comes to the goalkeeping situation here? We know he's yet to sign a new deal. From what we're hearing, he has been offered a deal on reduced terms, or if he is going to sign a new deal, he is going to have to take a bit of a pay cut. But that shouldn't be the only issue there. The big question is he going to be first choice? Now, I think he got another clean sheet. Well, I know he got another clean sheet on Saturday because he was there, which is taking him. I think he's up to about 13 clean sheets this season. I might be 1 or 2 out there, but I think pretty sure he's got the joint most amount of clean sheets with Nick Pope, I believe, or around that target, around that amount. So he's obviously having a good season clean sheet wise. The big question with David De Gea is, can he play in an Erik ten Hag system, playing out from the back? We know he's a fantastic goalkeeper when it comes to shot stopping. He's just commanding his area, playing out from the back. That's something. There's a little bit of a question mark there. David Raya is well known for coming out of his area, for controlling his area and playing out from the back. So it's not a case of even which is the better keeper. It might be a case of which one is suited more to Erik ten Hag's style. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. Now, on the takeover front, the Glazers are still sort of dragging their heels on these second bids. What's going to happen with him? We know there was a bid from the Finnish entrepreneur Thomas Iliakis, I think is that his name. We also got bids from Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Now, the noises that we're hearing and various reports that have been doing the rounds, not just recently but over the last week or two, was that this week now is when we should hear from the Glazers in terms of what they're going to do. It's the Rain Management Group who are looking after it. They're the ones that are facilitating the sale. Now, we may have a second or a third, round of bids once the Glazers decide what they're going to do. There's also this Elliott Management Group who could, according to some reports, again, we're hearing these from various papers, help the Glazers keep hold of Manchester United by giving them a minority or buying a minority stake or helping them buy out some of their other siblings. We know that Joel and Avram want to keep hold of the club and buy out the other siblings if they can. They're just short of a bit of cash. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I still feel, and I don't know, but from the reports that we've read, it looks more than likely the Glazers will sell. Apparently, though, they're not happy with the bids that have been put in. It's closer to 5 billion. They want closer to 6 billion. But it's going to leave a real sour taste in the mouth, isn't it? If they get any money for this club, it's going to leave a sour taste in the mouth. But they do get somewhere approaching £6 billion for a club that's now still £900 million in debt. It's got a stadium that needs a massive redevelopment, if not rebuilding, a training ground that's gone from modern to vintage, and also we've fallen way behind on the pitch as well. Yes, Erik ten Hag's doing a fantastic job, and we've been challenging this season for various trophies. But if you look at the last sort of 9 years, is it, since we last 10 years, sorry, since we last won the title, we've seen our rivals just kick on, and that's partly due to poor management. I don't just mean the team manager, I mean management of the football club itself. Not having football people in charge of this club is what's got us into this mess, and the Glazers taking the dividends and ploughed us into all this debt have been nothing but bad for Manchester United Football Club. Now, Erik ten Hag at the weekend was complaining about fixture congestion. He was complaining after Marcus Rashford got an injury. Now, a few people have looked at this and go, oh, what's he moaning about? Oh, he's got nothing to moan about. Everyone has a lot of fixtures. It's just the way it is. But if you look at Manchester United, I think we've played more games than any team in Europe's top 5 leagues. We obviously played the extra games in the Europa League, that double-header against Barcelona. We went all the way to the Carabao Cup final. We're still in the FA Cup as well. So we've had nothing but fixture pile-up. And it's affecting us. You can see the way it affected Marcus Rashford when he went off with a groin injury, and Erik ten Hag was putting part of that down to the amount of fixtures we've got, and he wasn't happy with the way the fixtures have been organised. United played Newcastle on Sunday at 4:30. We played Brentford at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, and then we had the early kick-off on Saturday. That's 3 games in less than 7 days. That doesn't make any sense. Now, I mentioned this the other day, and people going, well, if Klopp said that, or Klopp moans and all United fans jump on him. Let's face fact, Klopp moans about everything. Klopp's moaned about snow, about wind, about his goalkeeper's feet being cold. He moaned about Manchester United getting penalties when he lost at Southampton, which made absolutely no sense. He even blamed a witch at one point. So let's not compare Erik ten Hag to Jurgen Klopp. Erik ten Hag is pointing out rightly that Manchester United have been stitched up by fixtures, and it is affecting our players and our players' fitness. He says you need a certain amount of time to recover from games, and we're not being afforded that. And he makes a very valid point. It was a point, let's not forget, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer also made when we had the early kick-off at Goodison following a European match. It's something that the FA or Premier League needs to look at, because it's going to affect players' fitness, it's going to cause more injuries, and more importantly to me, it's going to hurt Manchester United. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. We're back later on with the Paddock podcast. I've been Jay Motty. This has been the Paper Talk outside a very mild Old Trafford. Thanks for watching.